What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the Premier League preview of the game between Manchester City and Nottingham Forest. It's match day number 5 in the Premier League. It's the first midweek Premier League game of the season. It's City taking on Forest. It's the recently promoted 2-time European Cup champions, which I'm sure their fans will let the City fans know, in the stadium, taking on the Premier League champions at the Etihad Stadium, August 31st, 2022, with a very strange 7:30 PM BST kickoff time. The game is being broadcast in the UK live on BT Sport. If you're not going to the game, anyone that is going, have a great time. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe. We've got plenty of Manchester City content coming throughout the season for you guys to enjoy, so make sure you have subscribed. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 200 likes once more is the aim. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And lastly, this video is sponsored and brought to you by Betmate. If you didn't know, Betmate are sponsoring every single Manchester City preview that I cover on my channel for the season. Automatically makes them legends, so do go and check out their app. Their link is in the description. They're running a special pot once more for this game between Manchester City and Nottingham Forest. It is a Wednesday spectacular involving the other Wednesday games in the Premier League as well, not just Manchester City, Nottingham Forest, so the normal rules do apply. So £2 pot entry. It's a Wednesday night special with a £400 pot prize to be won for you guys to enjoy. So do go and download the Betmate app. Do go and join the pot as well. The links and details are all in the description. So let's crack on with this video. Let's talk firstly about our opponents. Nottingham Forest, recently promoted back to the Premier League from the Championship. They have splashed the cash this summer. They've brought in Morgan Gibbs-White for £26 million. Taiwo Awoniyi, I butchered his name, I apologise for that. £18 million from Union Berlin. Nico Williams brought in from Liverpool, £18 million. Emmanuel Dennis, £13 million. They've added so many players. They've spent nearly £137 million so far. They've added, in the last 24 hours, Renan Lodi, who Manchester City were being linked with heavily last winter and also to the beginning parts of this summer. They've added him from Atletico Madrid, and to me, cracking signing, and he's in contention for this game. Willy Bolly could also be brought in by Nottingham Forest before this game ends up happening, and that would be their 19th summer signing. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Absolutely incredible. How is Steve Cooper, their manager, going to end up getting all these new players to be able to adapt to Nottingham Forest, to adapt to the Premier League, and adapt to working as a team? His job's hard work. He's got his work cut out. How he's going to do? It's going to be interesting to see, to say the least. Now, in terms of tactics, they like to play with a front three, but they like to play with a back five, so it's quite an odd formation. It probably can revert to a 3 at the back if they're wanting to go on the attack with their wing backs pushing up, but it could go as a flat back 5 as well, which is something we saw Crystal Palace try to apply several times. It worked really well in the first half of that game at the Etihad Stadium at the weekend. So it would be a flat 5, a midfield 2, and an attacking 3. With the attacking 3, they're really going to need to drop deep and help their team out if they are to get anything here from the Etihad Stadium. So Nottingham Forest last game, which they lost 2-0 against Tottenham Hotspur at home, they started with Dean Henderson in goal, Nico Williams starting at right wing back, and Harry Toffolo starting at left wing back. Could well be Renan Lodi starting in that position. It was a back 3 of Joe Worrell, Steve Cook and Scott McKenna, and then a midfield 2 made up of Ryan Yates and Lewis O'Brien, and then their front 3 was Brennan Johnson, Morgan Gibbs-White, and also Jesse Lingard. That was their attack. We could be seeing players like Chiku Kiyate, Jack Colback if they're to go for Premier League experienced players. Could see players like their new signing from Union Berlin, Awoniyi, I butchered his name again, but I'm attempting it once more, and Emmanuel Dennis as well. To me, not a bad team at all. They could add the quality of Willy Bolly at the back as well. If he's signed and registered in time, then he could feature, could even start in this game as well. But to me, that middle, little weak, that back three can be got at for Manchester City here, and that's what we need to be targeting going into this game. I think their attack looks better than their defence, and so if they wanted anything from this game, they're going to need to have a go at us. They're going to have to defend deep, find the space, be clinical in front of goal, and most importantly, find that first goal, because I think if City find that first goal and get on top, then Forest are going to struggle in this game. Now, Nottingham Forest are currently sitting 14th in the Premier League. They've got 4 points from their first 4 games. They lost to Newcastle away in their first game 2-0. They followed that up by beating West Ham at home 1-0. They got a good draw away from home at Goodison Park against Everton, who drew 1-1 before losing at the weekend against Tottenham Hotspur 2-0 thanks to a brace from Harry Kane. They did also beat Grimsby Town away from home 3-0 in the Carabao Cup second round as well. To me, if they want to stay up, it's their home form against teams that aren't in the top 6 is what's going to decide as to whether they're going to stay in the Premier League or not. But like I said, they've got a lot of adapting, a lot of gelling to do, that team, so it'll be interesting to see as the season goes on. Maybe they start to pick up a little bit more momentum. We'll have to see. They've taken a big risk spending a lot of money and adding a lot of new players. Now, for Manchester City, currently unbeaten in 4. We beat West Ham away 2-0. Bournemouth at home, we won 4-0. We drew 3-3 against Newcastle before coming back to beat Crystal Palace at the weekend 2-0 down to win by 4-2. We're currently sitting in second place. We're 2 points behind Arsenal after they came from behind to beat Fulham at home by 2-1. Arsenal, if you are interested, are playing at the same time as Manchester City at 7:30 on Wednesday. They're taking on Aston Villa at home. Now, in terms of team news for Manchester City for this game, no Aymeric Laporte, probably no Nathan Ake. Does mean we're going to probably see Stones and Diaz starting at the back for us once more. No Kalvin Phillips, probably no Jack Grealish as well. No Luke Mbete either. And with Man City needing to rotate, as we're playing every 3 to 4 days, I'm not too sure on just how many players are going to be rotated and what I think is going to be pretty key. We've got the Champions League starting next midweek. With that coming up as well, I think what could be key for City is utilising their 5 substitutes, and that means getting some youngsters some minutes. And I don't mean 10-15 minutes, I'm talking a good 20-30 minutes for some of our young players to allow some rest in the legs for some of our first team regulars, with our squad being slightly smaller than what we are used to. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now. I'm going for Ederson to start in goal, Walker at right back, Cancelo at left back, Stones and Diaz as my defensive duo, Rodri in the defensive midfield, alongside him Ilkay, Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. I'm going for Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Phil Foden on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starting up top. That means Mahrez out and Gundogan in for me from the weekend. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sergio Gomez come in and seeing either Cancelo move to the right hand side and Walker given a rest, or Walker rotated, or potentially even seeing Walker start at centre back, Cancelo on the right and Gomez on the left, and a little bit of rotation there for either one of Diaz or John Stones. Mahrez could be another option in attack for Manchester City, but other than that, we saw several young players on the bench for Manchester City at the weekend against Crystal Palace. Players like Wilson-Esbrand, Rico Lewis, Ben Knight, Claudio Gomez. These are the types of players that could be relied upon for Manchester City. Also expecting to see backup goalkeeper Stefan Ortega Moreno on the bench as well. Now, in terms of score prediction, I'm going for 2-0 Manchester City. I'm going for a clean sheet. A good, clean, proper professional job here from Manchester City would be good. In terms of dangers for Manchester City, Erling Haaland, fresh from a hat-trick against Palace. He's the man to look at and the man that needs stopping when it comes to Nottingham Forest. City, of course, got other dangers, players like Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. These are exceptional football players that will need to be stopped. In terms of dangers for Nottingham Forest, for City to keep an eye on, Gibbs-White, decent player. Lingard, I'm sure, wants to have a point to prove, being a former Manchester United man. Emmanuel Dennis has got good pace, got good precision in front of goal, so he'll need to be stopped if he does end up starting in this game, and definitely want to keep an eye out for Renan Lodi as well if he does end up starting or featuring in this game. Now, in terms of odds, according to Sky Bet, Manchester City 16-1 on, which is huge, massive favours there for Manchester City. Nottingham Forest to win this game are 28-1. That is massive. A draw, 11-1. My betting tips for this game, I'm going for Erling Haaland anytime and Manchester City to win both halves. So my betting tips. If you're going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. Now, moving on to speaking about my sponsor for today, Betmate. £2 pot this week. It's worth £400 in total that you potentially could win a share of. It's the Prem Wednesday treble. Normal rules do apply. I am going to select my team later on today to get that sorted, but my plan for my team, I'm going to put Haaland in there and captain him. I've been impressed with Bernardo Silva. He's going to be my other City player that I'm going to chuck in there. If I have to chuck in some players from Nottingham Forest, then Dean Henderson, I'm expecting to make quite a few saves. Not too sure he'll keep a clean sheet. I could choose to put him in, and Renan Lodi as well could be another option that I may well go for when it comes to picking my Betmate team for this pot for this midweek Wednesday game featuring Manchester City. So I will get my team sorted. If you want to go and check that out and download the Betmate app, then the link to that is in the description. You can use my QR code, which has also been on the screen as well. If you want to come and join the pot and challenge me, then that would be much appreciated. It's a £2 entry pot for this week, so go and make use of that. A great price being used there by Betmate. And as I mentioned before, if you are going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. Betmate is only available to those in the United Kingdom, and my big top tip is select your Betmate team early, get it all sorted, and then check your teams again once the teams have been announced before kickoff. You've got up until 5 minutes before kickoff to change your Betmate team, so about an hour before the match is scheduled to kick off and the teams have been announced, check your Betmate, make sure your players are starting, and get your team selected ahead of there and put yourself in the strongest position possible to be able to try and win and come top of the pot and potentially also beat me in the making as well. So there we go. Good game this under the Etihad lights. Looking forward to it. Weather's nice. Can't ask for any more. Hopefully 3 points for Manchester City as well before moving on and playing it for every 3 to 4 days. Games coming thick and fast. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Aiming for 200 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Subscribe to my channel if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Lots of City content to come for you guys to enjoy, including a live watch along of this game between City and Nottingham Forest on Wednesday. So do make sure you have subscribed. I'll have the link out to that at some point later on today for you guys to set your reminders for. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And lastly, do go and check out today's video sponsor, Betmate. Download the Betmate app using my link. That's in the description. Details to join this week's pot worth £400 with a £2 entry fee. Details to that also in the description, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for the next Manchester City video and also the live watch along of this game tomorrow as well. Like I said, link out later on today for you to set your reminders for. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. No, it's not a Man United top. No, it's not a Nottingham Forest top. It's Bruges, okay? There we go. There's the proof. Thanks everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.